So, good morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Um, and I hope your Monday morning is starting out to be a lovely and peaceful one. I'm at my favorite spot. It's still bare. Only one little lonely tree with some stuff on it. All nothing but snow on the ground, and it is what it is. I cannot wait for the spring and the summer to come back so I can sit right in front of those waters and do my work. Such a peaceful environment. I'm on here today quickly to answer a question that I had from one of my independent ladies who is sub to this channel about how she goes about finding someone in college. She's in college now. She wants to know how to go about finding a mate or someone to date that could possibly turn into something meaningful after they graduate. College is a good place to meet your future husband. It's very good. But one thing I will tell you is for a black woman, don't just limit yourself to the black sector of the campus. Go out, always be careful. Always be with a friend wherever you go, unless you're going to your class. A friend that you know who has your back and you can trust. Anything pops off, that person has your back. Because college campuses are like mini cities, in and of themselves. That's why they have their own police. Stuff be happening on those campuses. A lot of them go unreported. So if you are on the campus, be careful. Always travel in a pack. If you go to these frat parties, whether you go to Omega Sci-Fi, Q-Dogs, whatever, you go to these parties, go with a friend. Do not consume any food or drink while you are there. Stay always coherent. Dance and do your thing and bounce up out of there. Because those parties are nothing but sex and, drunk you up and have their way with you. You don't know what goes on and what happened the next day. 1 out of every 4 women on campus is a victim of sexual assault. Let that sink in. Most of them go unreported. So don't put yourself in that predicament to begin with. You might be curious, you want to go to some of these parties, but always go with a friend, go with a group of friends if you need to. Do not consume any food or alcohol at any of these parties. Someone offers you something, no thank you, I already drank something, no thank you, I already ate. You want to go into this room over here so we can talk, away from all the noise and the music? No thank you. I'm just here to have a good time with my friends, and we're going to leave after that. Because a lot of these fraternities, they do crazy stuff. As a part of their pledges, and even after they leave their, they get into the fraternity, they still do crazy stuff. So just be careful and protect yourself in that. And that goes for any party that you go to on campus, not just frat parties and not just dorm parties. Don't consume any food or drink at any of these parties. You make sure you eat before you leave your house or your dorm, and don't put anything in your mouth until you have, the source of where it came from. Whether you're back at your girls' dorms chilling, and then you all have your stuff there, whatever you all want to drink or eat there. Because the college is a predatory environment. Okay, so be careful. And another thing I will say to you in terms of finding your mate is not to, like I started off by saying, not to limit yourself to the black sector of the college campus, because then you're limited your choices. You're limiting your choices. So we're talking about now dating and marrying for compatibility. So before you even know who your compatible mate is, you have to know who you are. So get some time and learn how who you are. You're just coming out of being a teenager. You're probably still a teenager. Still 18 is still a teenager. 19 is still a teenager. You're still getting to know who you are. So even if you just want to date, here, go for some, coffee here, meet each other at the school cafeteria there, I would suggest, like in college, you just date. Don't date to be serious. You date to find out who you're compatible with. Always make sure your date, you are either double dating or you're dating in a place where there's a lot of people. That, and then, don't go back to his dorm with all his buddies there. If you're dating to find out who you're compatible with, there's no sex involved. So already you will leave a lot of people just be like, all right, yeah, bye. And those are the ones you want to say, all right, yeah, bye, because they were just in it to sample the goodies anyway. So you just date around, have a coffee there, dinner there, always protect yourself, always let your girls know where you're going. If someone can pick you up and drop you off at the location and you meet the guy there, that's fine. But don't be getting in people's cars, and don't be going in back to their dorms. So you date around, but don't have sex with these men. And that's how you find and date different people of all races. Because your compatible mate may not even look like you in your, when you strip away the color and everything, who matches you best in terms of your personality, your goals in life, where you want to go, how you want to be treated, is the best mate for you. It doesn't matter what color he is. So let's get out of this idea that we always have to be with black men. We don't. Okay, if the black man is the best out of that and he's the most compatible with you, then albeit fine. Make sure he's treating you properly. Make sure, he has your best interest at heart. Make sure your goals are aligned with each other. That means if you're looking for a mate to be married, make sure that he is of the marrying type, and do not open your womb to him until he walks you down that aisle and he deserves to be reborn through you. Okay? And that we talked about, if you're doing it maybe like in your late 20s, early 30s, when you've had time to just live life a little bit, get to know each other, get to know who you are, decide if you want to have kids with a man. Then you decide to have kids. So you're not just married and then bam, you have kids. You get to married and you bam, you figure out if you're living with each other now, so you want to see if this person is really who I want to have babies with. Did he become abusive? Is he start showing his ass after he got you and he got the ring? He got the ring on you, walked you down the aisle, y'all did the big shebang, and you've been nice to you all along, and now he's showing his ass. So is it something that you could put up with? Is it something that you will not tolerate? You should all be talking about these things. Leave sex on the back burner and talk about these things. Because a lot of the times we based on our compatibility more on the physical rather than on the deeper spiritual and emotional levels, which is why we're always having a lot of problems. So, date around. Be careful. Double date if you need to go date with a group of people. Do not, unless you're at a restaurant, do not eat anything. Do not leave your drink sitting there while you go to the bathroom. You order your drink when you come back. Do not drink any alcohol while you're on dates. And don't go back to the boys' dorms. You have him walk you to your dorm and, good night. Go back to the 1960s if you have to. Give him a peck on the cheek, say thank you, bye, see ya. In a nicer way, of course. But you're not putting out for these men, because a lot of these people in college, they're coming out of, coming into themselves too. They just want to sample and sample and sample and see, what's out there for themselves. And, let them use other people. Don't let them use you. Okay? So you let them go and they do all that stuff, sleep around, and let them do that. But go to into different cultures within the college ecosystem itself. Have your roommates. You'll have if you have white roommates, hang out with them and their crowd for a little bit. If you have Chinese roommates, hang out with them and their crowd. Get to know your roommates. Use that as a source of networking while you're on college campuses. Do not, and I cannot stress enough, do not just limit yourself to the black sector of your campus, because you're limiting your choices in all aspects, not just the romantic. You're limiting a lot of networking avenues that you can have after college. You're limiting your knowledge of other people and their culture. This is what college is all about, for you to learn and to grow. But you can do that safely. And another warning that I have for you as a college student, a lot of these brothers, be it men, I don't care what color they are, but from my experience when I was going to college, it was mostly in the black sector of the campus that was doing this. These brothers would be like, baby, if you decided you found somebody and you two want to be exclusive with each other, baby, I think we should keep our relationship, secret and on the down low, because, I don't want people up in my business, everybody all, nosy and stuff. I don't want people up in my business, so let's just keep our relationship on the down low, so when we are in public and everything, don't be trying to hold my hand and come up to me. Stop and reverse, bruh. Step away from that. That was a thing that they were doing back when I was going to college. I'm sure that they have perfected that game by now. Okay? So any brother try to tell you they want to keep their relationship secret, I don't, if it's a white man, if it's a Chinese man, if it's a black man or whatever, now they pulling this game. They probably perfected this game by this point. They want to keep it on the low, because then people all up in their business and spreading rumors, and they're just everybody on campus should know that you're his woman. You understand me? So don't play that, let's keep it on the down low business. He's telling about 3, 4, 5 other girls the same thing. I can guarantee you that. So if he wants to keep it on the down low, you'll be like, okay, yeah, well, when you're ready to acknowledge the fact that you and I are in a relationship, then we can continue on with this. But I'm not here for any games. I'm a grown woman. I want a grown person's relationship, and if you're not ready for that, then you need to go find your compatible mate, because I'm sorry, right now you are not on, and I are not on compatible. We're not going the same way. We don't have the same goals. So, well, let's just keep it as good acquaintances. I wish you luck on your journey, and I'm just gonna go my way. And leave them alone. You don't want somebody like that. That's a person that has no character and no integrity, and they're just trying to do their down low sneaky stuff and with you and other women. Okay? So, make sure you keep your education at the forefront, date in the background, date to find compatibility. Don't just jump in the sack with some man because you like him. Date around. And date around doesn't mean you have sex with everybody. And then this dating scene these days I'm surprised everybody don't have some kind of VD somewhere. Because, it used to be that you had to meet everybody and their parents and their, future damn children and whatnot that could be before you would even be able to have sex with a girl. Now, like, you can trip, fall, and end up in somebody's coochie. It's just ridiculous these days. You just sleep with the man on the first date. No. That's how you get used and abused and discarded. You hold out, you are your most valued possession, yourself. Until you have children, you yourself are your most prized possession. So treat yourself that way. Guard yourself and protect yourself. You don't be like, I can do whatever I want. Unless you know jujitsu or some kind of stuff that you can get yourself out of stuff when you get into it, keep yourself guarded and protected. Yeah, so that's why I say go with girls, don't go back to the boys' dorms, go in a group, get to know different people on the college campus, network, and find your compatible mate that way. Okay? The people in your classes that are going the same way you are in terms of career, ask them to study with you, and then, there might be somebody compatible in that group for you. You can go to different different clubs that, they might have a math club or they might have a science club, mingle in with those groups, so just your opportunity after you're doing your studying, doing your recreation, is to go into different ecosystems, get to know different people, and use college to your best advantage. Okay? So that's it. If I didn't answer your questions thoroughly enough, just send me another email and I will get on it. I hope you are having a lovely day. I am about to get started on my day in terms of work. I just wish I could go and sit by that water and just get it done, get her done, but I can't. So I'm just going to enjoy the lovely view and get as much work as I can before I have to go get my baby. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.